Hello everyone, good morning all of you. Welcome to you all in today's fourth online session of chapter number 9. And the name of our chapter number 9 is Halls and Quarters. In our previous lecture, we studied and learned what is fraction, how we read the fraction. Now with the help of that knowledge, today we are going to see the new topic about the fraction. So first we study different types of fraction, and after that we study how we convert that fraction into another type of fraction. So let us start. Let us first see the types of fraction. Types of fraction. There are the various types of fraction. If you see and study, then there are many different types of fraction. But from that various types of fraction, here we are going to see and study only the major type of fraction. So we can say that there are three major types of fraction. And what are that? Three major types of fraction. They are the proper fraction, improper fraction, and mixed fraction. There are many different types of fraction, but the main types of fraction is only three. That is the proper fraction, improper fraction, and mixed fraction. So see here in the example, you can see, and you know that already, a fraction having the two parts. One is numerator and second one is denominator. So here you can see in these three different types of fraction, you can see numerator as well as the denominator. But how it different from each other? So let us see in our further. The first type we can say that is the like fraction and unlike fraction. What is like fraction? The fraction having the same denominator are known as like fraction, and the fraction having the different denominators are known as unlike fraction. So see here, I am giving the example of like fraction and unlike fraction. How you have to remember? You have to just remember like that. If the denominator is same, then it is known as like fraction. If any of the fraction denominator is same, then it is considered as like fraction. But if the denominator is different, then it is known as unlike fraction. So see here, the example of like fraction is 1 upon 4, that is 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. So see here, in that, in all the in the denominator, all numbers are same. See here, here 4 is there in the denominator, second time is 4, and third time is 4. So these all are the example of like fraction. Now what are the unlike fraction? If the denominator is different, see here in the first one 1 upon 2, 1 half, the denominator is 2. Then in 2 upon 3, denominator is 3. Then in 3 upon 4, the denominator is 4. In all these three different fractions, the denominator is different. So that fraction is known as unlike fraction. Let us see the another type of fraction, that is the unit fraction. What is unit fraction? The fraction having 1 as there in the numerator, then that fraction is known as unit fraction. So, if there is 1 in the numerator, then you can say that that fraction is unit fraction. For the unit fraction in the numerator, 1 is compulsory. So, see here the example of unit fraction. These all are the different examples of unit fraction. See here in a 1/2 in the numerator, here it is 1. In a 1/3, numerator is 1. In a 1/4, numerator is 1. You can see that in these all examples, in the numerator there is a 1. So these all are the examples of unit fraction. Now let us revise. What is the meaning of 1/6? 1/6 means what? You have to draw one circle and that circle you have to just cut into 6 equal parts. So see here, first part, second part, third part, fourth part, fifth part, and this one is the sixth part. Out of this sixth part, you have to just shade in only in the one part of this figure. So this fraction is known as 1/6. The number name of 1 upon 6 is 1/6. And also we can say that if in the numerator there is a 1, then that fraction is known as unit fraction. Let us see some another fraction. Proper fraction. What is the proper fraction? A fraction where the numerator is less than the denominator is known as the proper fraction. As you know already, a fraction have two parts. One is numerator and the second one is denominator. If your numerator is less than the denominator, then it is known as proper fraction. So means we can say that a numerator is less. So see here, your example is that 3 upon 8. Now 3 is considered as numerator and 8 is considered as the denominator. So now here you can see that in a proper fraction, always your numerator is less than the denominator. Always your numerator is smaller and we can not we convert proper fraction into any other types of the fraction. Why we cannot be convert it into any other type of fraction? Because the proper fraction is known as the perfect fraction. In that we can't change any of the thing into any different fraction because that fraction is perfect fraction because the denominator is greater than its numerator. Therefore, again in a proper fraction, always your numerator is less than the denominator. Then that fraction is known as proper fraction. Now what is improper fraction? That is the opposite of proper fraction. A fraction where the denominator is less than the numerator. In a proper fraction, who is less, numerator is less. Whereas in the improper fraction, denominator is less than the numerator. Then that fraction is known as improper fraction. So see here, we are just write down the reverse. 8 upon 3. Here 8 is bigger than the denominator. So here we can say that this 8 upon 3 is known as the improper fraction. An improper fraction can be converted into mixed fraction. Why we convert improper fraction into mixed fraction? Because this fraction is not perfect fraction. That's why we can be convert into mixed fraction. In a proper fraction, numerator is less than the denominator, whereas in the improper fraction, the denominator is less than its numerator. Let us see the another type, that is the mixed fraction. What is the meaning of mixed fraction? When an improper fraction is written as a combination of a whole number and a proper number, it becomes a mixed fraction, or we can say that, or it's a mixed number. Let us see. As we already studied that the improper fraction can be converted into mixed fraction. Now this mixed fraction is the combination of whole number and a proper number. See here, what is the whole number? This is the example of mixed fraction. Now here this 5 is known as whole number. So this is the first part of mixed fraction. Now the second part, that is the 5 upon 9. So this 5 upon 9, that is the second part of this mixed fraction. If any of the fraction is a combination of a whole number and a proper fraction or a proper number, then it is known as mixed fraction. How we read it? So we can say that the 5 and 5 upon 9. Or in another word, we can say that 5 integer 5 upon 9. So this type of fraction is known as the mixed fraction. And if we want to convert this mixed fraction into improper, then your answer is 5050 upon 9. Now how this answer is coming? Let us see in our further study. The next one is you have to convert mixed fraction into improper fraction. As we already studied that always we convert mixed fraction into improper fraction and improper fraction into mixed fraction. How we convert it? Let us see. If you want to convert a mixed fraction into improper fraction, first what you have to do? You have to multiply the whole number by the fraction's denominator. So first you have to do the multiplication of denominator multiplied by the whole number. After that, whatever the answer is that, you have to just add that answer in the numerator. After that, in the last, you have to write down that numerator, whatever the answer is that you have to write down in the numerator, and just write down denominator as it is. It means you have to just copy of the denominator. See here, your question is, your mixed fraction is 6 integer 2 upon 5. Now this 6 is known as whole number, 2 that is the numerator and 5 that is the denominator. So first step, what you have to do? You have to just do the multiplication of denominator to a whole number. So when we are doing the denominator, multiplication of denominator and whole number, it becomes 5 6 are 30. After that, your second step is that you have to add that answer in the numerator. So what is the answer of the multiplication? 5 6 are 30. 30 is the answer of multiplication. Now in this 30 you have to add 2. So 30 plus 2. 30 plus 2 it becomes 32. So you have to write down 32 as it is, and after that you have to just copy of the denominator, that is the 5. Let us see one another example. If there is number is one integer 3 upon 7, then first what you have to do, you have to just do the multiplication of 1 and 7. So 1 sevens are 7, and then in this 7 you have to add 3. So 7 plus 3, that is the 10, and denominator you have to write down as it is. So your answer is 10 upon 7. Like this way you have to convert mixed fraction into improper fraction. Let us see one another one. Let us see the next one. In this you have to convert improper fraction into mixed fraction. They were given improper fraction to you and you have to convert it into mixed fraction. So first step, divide the numerator by the denominator. So the simply first step is that you have to just do the division of numerator divided by denominator. After that, whatever your quotient is that you have to write down in the place of whole number. When you are doing the division of numerator and denominator, you are getting some quotient and you are getting some remainder. So quotient is considered as a whole number. So you have to write down that quotient in the place of whole number. And then after, whatever your remainder is that you have to write down, that remainder you have to write down in the place of numerator and copy that denominator. See here, with the help of one example, how we convert improper fraction into mixed fraction. So here your question is 7 upon 4. 7 is the numerator and 4 is the denominator. So first you have to do the division. 7 divided by 4. Now in the table of 4, 7 is coming, no coming. So just write down 4 ones are 4 and 7 minus 4, it is 3. So this 1 is your quotient. So this 1 you have to write down in the place of whole number. Now 3 is your remainder. So you have to write down this 3 in the numerator. And what is your denominator? That is the 4. So you have to write down 4 as it is. Or we can say that this 4 divisor you have to write down in the denominator. So like this way you convert improper fraction into mixed fraction. Again revise. First what you have to do? You have to just do the simple division. Numerator divided by denominator. After that, whatever the quotient is there of your division, that you have to write down in the place of whole number. In the numerator, what you have to write down? In the numerator, you have to write down the remainder, and in denominator, what you have to write down? You have to just copy that denominator from your question. Or we can say that in the denominator, you have to write down the divisor. Now, what is equivalent fraction? See here, when two fractions are equivalent, this means that they are same in the terms of shape and size. The shape, sometimes their shape, their size is same, but they expressed using the different numbers. If someone says that just expressed it, they are using the different number, then that fraction is known as equivalent fraction. Why this thing can be arise? Because sometimes for the larger shape is split into different number of segments in the different number of parts. Then each part of that fraction is expressed in the different way. Then that fraction is known as equivalent fraction. Let us see with the help of one example. See here. In this example, first circle divided into two parts, the first part and the second part. And after that, out of these two parts, they are doing color in a one part. So what is the fraction of this figure? That is the 1 upon 2. Now see in the second figure, the same circle, the same size. They are just doing how many equal parts? 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Out of these 4 total equal parts, they share in a 2 part. So you can just compare figure 1 and figure 2. In both this figure, the numbers are changed, but the shaded portion in both the figures are same. So we can say that this 1 upon 2 and 2 upon 4 is equivalent fraction. Why that is the equivalent fraction? Because they occupy the same part of the circle. Now just see in the third figure. Here in the third figure, the same size of circle and the same circle, but they are doing how many equal parts? They are doing just 8 equal parts. First part, second part, third part, fourth part, fifth, sixth, seventh and eighth. Out of these 8 parts, they are just doing shaded in 4 parts. When they are doing the shade in 4 parts, it occupies the half of the circle. So we can say that this 4 upon 8 is also equivalent fraction of 1 upon 2. So 1 upon 2, 2 upon 4 and 4 upon 8. These all are the equivalent fraction. Here you see that the numbers are different, but the space which they occupy is same in all this figure. That's why it is known as equivalent fraction. Now how we know that with the help of the number that they are equivalent or not? How we find out the equivalent fraction? Let us study. How to get the equivalent fraction? To get the equivalent fraction, we just do the multiply or divide any of the fraction, whatever they were given. You have to just do the multiply or you have to just do division of numerator and denominator by the same number. Let us see with the help of one example. Here, your question is 1 upon 4. Now, this is 1 upon 4. You have to find out the equivalent fraction of 1 upon 4. Equivalent fraction means equal fraction. So, you just multiply this 1 by 6 as well as you just do the multiplication of 4 by 6. So 1 6 are 6 and 4 6 are 24. So this 6 upon 24, that is the equivalent fraction of 1 upon 4. It is not necessary that we just do the multiply by 6 only. If you want to do the multiply by 2, then you just do the multiply by 2 in both the number, in numerator as well as in the denominator. So 1 2s are 2 and 4 twos are 8. So this is known as equivalent fraction of 1 upon 4. So 1 upon 4, 2 upon 8 and 6 upon 24. These all are the equivalent fraction. If the number is small and you want the equivalent fraction, then you just do the multiply in the numerator as well as in the denominator by the same number. But what about if they were given the number is bigger and you have to find out the equivalent fraction? If they were given the number is bigger, then you just do the division like multiplication. But one condition is that you have to just divide numerator as well as in the denominator. In both place, number should be same. So see here, your second question is that 6 upon 48. Now you have to just find out the equivalent fraction of 6 upon 48. So first we divide this 6 by 2 and this 48 by 2. So when we are just doing the division of 6 divided by 2, your answer is 3. And 48 divided by 2, your answer is 24. Now again, we are just doing the division by 3 in the numerator as well as in the denominator. Then 3 divided by 3, that is the 1. And 24 divided by 3, your answer is 8. So 1 upon 8, 3 upon 24 and 6 upon 48. These all are the equivalent fraction. But one condition is that you have to just remember that in this division, when you are doing the division, at that time both numbers should be divided by that number. If you just see here, here we can divide it, we can do the division of 6 divided by 2. But if in the denominator if there are 49, then we cannot be divide 49 divided by 2. So in this type of case, we are not getting our equivalent fraction. So whatever you are doing, either it's a multiply or either it's a divide, that both should be same if you are doing the multiply. And if you are doing the division, then both number should be divided by that number. Thank you. I hope you understand these all things very easily. So do more and more practice and learn these all things. Thank you.